Hey, welcome in for another video. Today I'm stopping in at a little thrift store about 45 minutes from my home. And this store has been pretty good traditionally for me, but it's been picked over a lot lately. So my expectations are a little lower, but I'm going to come in here and see what I can find. It's normally priced right. I mean, there's cheap prices in here, about as good as you can get compared to like a garage sale almost even. So we'll see what I can find, and I'll show you everything that I'm getting when I get out of here. And after this, I'm going to jump over to a Goodwill right around the corner, and we'll see what we can find there. All right, so I just got out of that little store over here, and I spent $53. I did get 12 items on here, and a couple decent things, a lot of just middle of the road stuff here, but got these are some Glencairn glasses. I don't know what that logo is. If anyone knows in the comments, let me know. But Glencairn glasses, usually these are the original Glencairn glasses with that logo. They're probably worth about $6 a piece, something like that. I think they charged me 50 cents here on each one. And then I got these Eddie Bauer First Ascent flip-flops, and they were $5 on those. Just need a little bit of cleaning, but may even keep those for myself. I'm not sure, but those are Eddie Bauer First Ascent stuff. Does pretty well for me on the clothes, so I don't know, we'll see what they do on the flip-flops. Then I got this pair of women's Levi's. These are just rib cage straight ankle. These are $2.99, so I thought I'd take a chance. They're button fly, dark wash, smaller size, but I think they'll be okay. Let's see. And then I got this where is it at? This Mizzen in Maine. Pretty good brand, nice button-up shirt, extra large. That's probably a good $18 shirt, something like that. And I got this, kind of a sucker for the sports stuff, but I got this Seattle Mariners Under Armour. Looks like a women's V-neck. Good size. Probably not worth a bunch, but then I got this cool little New Jersey Nets Nike jersey, and it's Durant, I think. So I don't know when he played for them, but hopefully I can sell that. I thought it was a cool jersey. And then I got another Under Armour piece, just a quarter zip, long sleeve, pullover. These always sell, but it'd probably sit for a while right now. And in the summertime, probably get like $12 to $18 on that, something like that. Not a lot, but then I got this Nike women's, just hooded pullover, lightweight. Probably this is the kind of stuff I like to find at the Benz more so, but for $3, I'll go ahead and take it. It'll sell. Then I found this older, just a hoodie, this Aggies hoodie. It's older Champion, and again, sports stuff, just kind of drawn to. And then probably the best find is this Tascam, this little multi-track recorder. I did pay $20 for it, but I saw some comps, $100 on some resale, and it did have over 100% resale. I think there were 61 listed and 62 sold. So I'm expecting, I'll check it out, but hopefully everything's there, and I'll be expecting about 80 to 100 on that one. So that's definitely the best find so far. So not great, but 12 items. So we'll go on to the Goodwill next, and hopefully there, I got to be really selective there, but hopefully there I can pick up a good amount of items. And usually I shoot for, I tried as many as I can find, but I mean, if I can come away with 10 to 15 items there, but again, you have to be really careful with the pricing. Just the Goodwills have been really marking things up in my area, and I have to be real selective at what I'm picking up. So we'll see what I can find there. Sometimes I do really good at that store, and sometimes, you know, so-so. But I usually will walk away with something. So that's where we're headed to next, and we'll check in a few minutes then. All right, I'm off to the second store. This one's a Goodwill here. If you're new here, thanks for joining me today. It's a beautiful day. It's really hot though, like everywhere around the country, I'm guessing. It's like 90s, I think, here. But yeah, we're gonna see what we can find. I list my stuff. I'm a part-time reseller, and my name's Jeff, by the way. And I do a lot on eBay and on Poshmark. So let's see what we can find today. I also do my cross-listing with Nifty AI, which is one of the best programs for sure. Works really good for me. All right, we're inside. Let's check it out. Look at this rack first. It's $225 on the tan tag, and then it's white and purple discounts today. So far, not seeing much, but pair of Levi's, $225. All right, I just got done with the Goodwill store, and I dug pretty hard in there. There was a lot of searching. I found a lot of decent stuff, but again, you know, I had to be pretty selective. I took some chances on a few things, but overall, I ended up spending $101, and I got 14 items. So, you know, my buy cost is, you know, I paid up on a few things, but I'll tell you why here in a second. Hopefully they all pan out for me. First off, one of the items I paid up for was this Sonos. This is the Sonos Play One. I don't even know if you can see that. Play One speaker. And you can see I did pay $19.99, which is, you know, quite a bit, but obviously it does have the power cord, which is good. I can try to test it, but I was seeing these sell for $80 to $100, and with a really good sell-through rate for the most part. So I'm sure I'll be all right. If I can get 60 on up, you know, I'll get 3 times my money on that one. Should be okay. Then I got this Apple keyboard. I didn't look up this particular model, but I've sold these keyboards before and done pretty well on them. The only kind of a downfall on them is to ship them. But I found some boxes that are pretty good. I think I got them at Walmart, and they're like 2 or 3 inches thick, and I put them together to get the length that I need for the keyboards. So that seems to work pretty good. All right, and then next I got this Bose remote. I didn't look this one up either. Anything Bose is usually pretty good. I don't know about this particular one, but a lot of times people just need the remote, and you know, Bose has been solid for me, so hopefully that one turns out. Then I got this Hunter, and this is the XC600i, and it's a sprinkler system controller, and I've sold a whole bunch of these through the years. They always sell for me, and they always seem to work. I've never had one that didn't, and of course, luckily this has the power cord. A lot of times you find them disconnected. So I did pay, this was the white tag, which was 30% off, I believe. No, the white tag was 50% off. Purple was 30. So this one was $9.99 half off, so $5. So that probably will sell for about 25, somewhere around there. Then I found this Oregon Scientific Weather Station. I really didn't think much of it. It appears to be new sealed. Yeah, it is new sealed. It was $5.99, and when I looked this up on eBay, I saw some pretty good sales comps on it, around $30. So I figured, you know, 6 into 30 would be great. Hopefully that plays out, and being new sealed should be easy list, easy to ship, and hopefully easy to sell. All right. Next I got a pair of shoes. I got these Hokas, and these are the Bondi 9 women's, it looks like. Kind of a think like a lavender color, white lavender, something like that. And I looked up the Bondi 9, and it also had a really good sell-through. And some of these, depending on the color and style, this was I think the wider shoe. Some of them were going upwards of, I couldn't believe I saw some upwards of $100 used. Now, obviously I probably won't get that much. I'll probably get like $50 to $70 as I'm hoping for. Now, I did pay $16.99 on those. You probably can't even see that. I highly doubt it. But anyway, $16.99 on those. And again, if I can get, I'm going to shoot for probably, once I look everything up, I'll probably shoot for around $60, $70, and that would be a good sale for me. In the clothes, I was looking on they have racks with the $2.25, which was the tan tag. I pulled a couple things off there that I thought were pretty cool. This first one is a Nike, the Tigers, LSU Tiger shirt, and $2.25, just a t-shirt. Probably won't get much for it, but you know, I'm thinking like I'll try to get around 15 for it. And then $2.25 tag, so kind of surprised me on the tan. These are True Religion women's jeans. They're a small size and they are skinny, which isn't great. These are the Jenny Curvy, but for $2.25 for True Religion, you know, I should be able to get around 20 bucks for those. They may sit for a while, but hopefully they'll go. Then next I found this interesting t-shirt, and I saw that logo and I knew it was something. I just couldn't put my finger on it, but I did a Google search on it, and it is Magpul is the brand, and it is a firearms, you know, they make like magazines for firearms and stuff like that, and gun accessories. So that should be pretty good. I've sold their hats and stuff before and done pretty well with those. That was, so again, $2.25. Here was another one on the $2.25 tan. This one is Knob Creek Bourbon, and it's the Jim Beam logo. It is a small size, but I wish it was my size because I really enjoy Knob Creek myself. And it has a little tag on the bottom. It's a pretty cool shirt, actually. I mean, for being, you know, not bad. I mean, honestly, if you bought that at the brewery gift shop, it'd be pretty expensive. So I think I'll be able to sell it for 15-ish, something like that. All right, then first, let's see, another pair. This was on the $2.25. I took a chance on these tan tag. These are Eddie Bauer women's, the slightly curvy boot cut, but they're very, very nice condition, really nice condition. And they are a big size too, lengthwise, good width, good waist size, I should say, and good length on them with a boot cut leg opening. So I know Eddie Bauer, some of their stuff is really trash, honestly. I mean, for personal use, I would definitely wear it. For resale, not very good, usually. Now, if you get the First Ascent Eddie Bauer stuff, that seems to do pretty well for me. Now, next, I went through the women's stuff, which, you know, it took me a while to get through, and after I did all the men's, but I'm really glad I did because I found these really cool vintage Levi's women's jeans. If you can see that, it has that the strap on the back. There are the Type 1 low slouch jeans, and they're not made in US, but they do have an older tag, and it's Hong Kong. And when I was looking at these, they have a really good length, and they have that really wide flare opening, leg opening, really wide flare, and they have a button fly. And I'm really anxious to get home and research these some more, because from what I saw, there was only a couple listed, and really, I mean, I kind of surprised when I saw, you know, some of the price on the ones that did sell of this model. I saw a couple over 100, but you know, again, I don't know. I'm going to have to do some serious research on it, but pretty excited to find that pair of jeans, because the rest was, you know, so-so. Next up, though, I did find a pair of Miss Me jeans, and these ones look pretty cool too, because they have the button fly and pretty good size. Are a 29. They also have some distressing on them. I don't know. I tried to kind of get an idea on this model, and I didn't really look up the exact model on it, but from what I saw, you know, Miss Me used to be really good, and now they're, you know, average. I'll probably get around 25, something like that for those. And then this other pair of jeans I found were Mott and Bow is the brand, and I do really well with Mott and Bow, but mostly with the men's jeans. Now I don't know, I really don't know if these are, no, these are women's. These are the boyfriend cut, but they are a 31 waist, 28 length, so that's a good size, and they're in excellent condition. And these were also on the purple tag, which was 30% off of $8.99. I think I forgot to show the price I paid on these. The last ones I got, these were on the white tag, and these Miss Me jeans were $10.99, half off, so $5.50 on that. And then I don't know if I showed the price on these Levi's, but I did pay $9.99 on regular tag on these. But hopefully on these vintage ones, you know, if I can score a really nice deal on those, like maybe, I don't know, if I can hit like $80 to $100 on those, that'd be pretty awesome. And then last, I found these, looking through the women's again, I found these Lululemon shorts, and, you know, just kind of hidden in there. I don't like to scour through the women's stuff, but there's the logo, and it does have the hang tag, which is surprising in there. These were $6.99. So probably, because of that, they're like terry cloth, I'll probably get around 20 for these, I'm thinking. So that was it for today. I'm gonna head and grab some lunch. I'm really hungry, and it was a pretty good overall. I got, what was it, 14, 15 items in the other store, and another 14 here. So pretty good day just to get me some inventory to resell, and yeah, get the stuff listed, photoed. And I started earlier trying to mention as I was walking in, but I do sell on several platforms. I use eBay, Poshmark, and Depop, and I use Nifty AI as my cross-listing program, and it's a really excellent program. It's so easy to use. I have a link in the description below, and I really recommend it to anybody that's doing cross-listing. If you're just stuck on one platform, you're kind of limiting yourself in your sales, what you can on just outreach by itself. And I noticed on mine, like obviously Poshmark sales jumped quite a bit for me when I started cross-listing over. And then Depop has been really slow for me because I don't have that much over there yet. I think I have 150 or maybe a little bit more items on Depop. So really slow moving right on that so far. But, you know, if you do sell there, the fees are very little, so you keep more of the profit. So that's great if you can sell on Depop. I'm sure there's a lot of other people listening to this that do really well there. So hopefully mine will get some traction and I'll be able to make some sales there. But otherwise, eBay is my primary, and I'm going to obviously stick with that. And I did have some this morning. I dropped off some international sales, which is great about eBay. I highly recommend signing up for their international sale option. That's something you might as well do if you're selling on eBay. Anyway, without rambling anymore, thanks for sticking with me today. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.